bloody nasty pieces of work, causing the vulnerable, disabled people extreme psychologically harm at risk. You failed to act upon the documents. It's 11:30. I'm bedbound, you assholes. You don't realise, you assholes, caused me today severe trauma. This is, I heard in bed, and my window's that way, and I'm bedbound, I can't bloody walk. And the high heels was outside my bloody window at 9:30 a.m. and it woke me up. And I'm on medication for God's sake. I don't function till after I'm cared for. And it takes two carers to hoist me up. And how evil these people are to disabled people in UK. I just had a phone call from a kind social worker. Well, I'm bedbound in my area, UK. And somebody must have called her because I sent all my paperwork evidence. And my friend who stayed overnight on the city, she had to go to work. There's my proof of posting. And, excuse me, I'm in shock. I'm extremely distressed, so bear with me. So my proof of posting went to the post handling site, United Kingdom, UK, and to the correct departments by special post that cost £10. It got delivered on Tuesday, the 23rd of the October 2018 to require a different time for afternoon time when I'm decent and I'm in my wheelchair and I can get somebody to sit in on this very stressful personal independence medical, it's called. So people like myself, unfortunately, in a severe situation, complex disabilities going on, and this company is called Capita Business Services Limited. And I said if they can't consider a paper-based assessment with all the medical evidence they have, then a police requirement is to offer an afternoon time in my home and reasonable adjustments, disability reasonable adjustments, and apparently trying to look online who I could contact from my bed to report this. And I've just gone online live to state the serious impact this have. This also sent to the Durham PO Box Business Capita PLC. I'm not showing my face because I'm very distressed, so please bear with me. A Capita Business Services Limited head office in London. This was posted at the last minute because I had another computerised letter today's date at 9:30 a.m. I can't even bloody wake up at that bloody time. I'm on so much medication and all of my evidence. I contacted last week again when I heard the news. This current social worker, she's not my social worker anymore. She's leaving on the 31st of this month. That's why I wrote to update the correct procedure to Department of Works and Pensions Department up in Wolverhampton office, and also a requirement of disability reasonable adjustments within the Statute Law Equality Act as well. And I have my medical practice GP and all the evidence additionally sent off. Oh God. Excuse me. To cause the panic triggering. It's caused, unfortunately, the shock and trigger of my current permanent other unseen disabilities. I'm trying to keep calm. And when my intercom buzzer is off, I can still hear it ring. It's that loud. And I can't do nothing about it. I can't bloody walk, can I? And why didn't, you know, there's a lot of miscommunication. Lots of people like me go through this. It's horrendous. I've covered every base with additional evidence to state this current social worker is leaving, and all I know at the moment, I'm on a waiting list, okay, because of cutbacks in my area, unfortunately, with the North Hampshire County Council on top of the adult care. It's not their fault, the individuals, it's bloody cutbacks everywhere going on. And unfortunately, yesterday I've got an injured right leg. My bone, I don't know what's wrong with it, so I was going to ring up when I was able to get up, somehow, ring up my GP about my injury yesterday. But now this has happened, I was psychologically, just really seriously in shock. I thank the social worker for calling me. She had the decency to have the integration to call me. And because I wondered whether her call yesterday, and I missed the call at 2:15 yesterday afternoon, and I wasn't till a friend was trying to get me my, I can't eat properly, so it's like bananas and grapes, okay? At 4:30, she emailed, helped me email to the social worker, was it to do with this offer by a home visit? I've got no problem, you know, to have the medical at all, please don't get me wrong, I need to do it. But the fact is, it's impossible. I haven't got bloody legs to walk with. For God's sake. I couldn't comprehend it would be this horrendous situation that everyone's going through, aren't they? I anticipated it would go eventually to tribunal anyway. But you look at this video channel, it's all about the health and district parenting on top. And I'm not trying to disrespect no man or woman, but how can they kind of vulnerable people? And I know what my rights are. This is the thing. I can't help my disabilities and illnesses I've got. I wish I was healthy. You know? God, what the hell is the matter with these people that don't have compassion? So, it's computer generated, okay, these letters, and you go on to Capita.com website and they have massive contracts for all these UK government, everything to do with anything computerized now. So I did my utmost. I've now found an email for Capita's complaint service, and I shall get my friend somehow, after I get hold of the doctors, somehow to do a letter of complaint about this discrimination. So, phone call just now. Oh, excuse me, this it's very complex when you're waiting for care act assessment process, the initial stages, all this, by the way, not referred to any department yet because they need an OT assessment on me. I had to cancel last week's OT assessment because I had all this sudden shock of IT letters saying they need, offering a morning call when I never, ever since I've been wheelchair bound and needing all this complex medical equipment and care, I've never been able to do anything before 1 o'clock. So when you contact my services or advice or whatever they may be, you put it in an email, this is why, they don't get it either. I can't go to their job in bloody. I wish I could cope to get out my bloody home to drop-in centres for the waiting lists and local one to I is unfortunately 2 weeks away, and thousands of people like I don't have that time, and usually you have a friend that can make calls for you or family members, and I don't, and that's the downside. Unfortunately, it's rare, I know, and that is where I was trying to get this care act assessment so I could see if I meet excuse me, the policies of the procedures nationally, locally, what could be offered, okay? In line with choice and control is meant to be, okay? My psychological disability stems from attempting my life a long time, and that report's been sent off. I made sure it got sent off because it explains everything. It explains how everything started. It's oh God. Oh, excuse me. And somebody tried to kill me a long time ago now, but because of the effect of my life on the mental health side, trauma, not recovered, you see. I'm permanently affected by it. And as an adult, much older, I've tried to live with it, So I'm on all these medications to help me. And the system won't help me because I'm too severely affected by it all. And I've not had a relapse for years. And there's always triggers, flashbacks, everything, and the medication on it all the bloody time to stop the flashbacks. And when this happens today, it sets me off in a bad way. And I have to cope somehow. I have to try and get my mind to think on a positive somehow. So I'm not triggered into the bad set of my mindset again. And it's the risk, overwhelming psychological distress. This is caused again, God. And then unfortunately, I wished I was physically healthy. And I couldn't do nothing about it. So the logic, why these self-employed men and women, I don't know who this individual is, don't let her nothing. Why they weren't informed, like all these factual evidence that had to be handwritten. I've got no one to type anything anymore. I can't do it like that myself anymore. I'm one-handed. Jesus, I wish I wasn't so complex. Thank gosh. Thank God. My mum's like spirits around me. I feel that because that common sense individual, that social worker, public servant, I have to thank her. I was just absolutely shocked when she called me. I didn't know what to do. But she's offered with her department line manager, I think it is, to try and find somebody to help me to get another appointment somehow. This time, get it done right. This is the 5th time it's happened. 5th time. And, excuse me, up until recently, I had the offer of a kind help of the social worker, and they're so busy. There's so thousands of people like me that try to help, but there's no funding. And I'm trying my best to engage, and it's hard work, especially when I'm more costly to them. My needs are so costly. I can't help that. Why is it that my situation is so troublesome? All these bloody... It's not just me, is it? It's thousands of people in UK experiencing this. Oh gosh. I'm the only disabled lady living here in my situation, and not one able-bodied individual around here that knows I'm bedbound, especially my nosy neighbour who lives opposite me. He could have got out of his bloody window and told that individual, whoever it was, outside my window that, oh, she's bedbound and she can't get up and about, she's wheelchair bound. That would have informed her. Now that individual, whoever it were, I could hear the car fall up when I'm bedbound, you see. And the noise of that cherry picker, that workman outside my window, woke me up. They're still out there now doing work for these windows. And in a minute, my friend said, I would just send a text saying stay put. They're coming round as soon as my other friend, she knows how I am. She knows how to keep me safe. They all do. They know how to keep me safe. I know risk to myself. I'm not like that. It's just this sheer evilness of these individuals that work in the system that don't care about people. Like, the system's broken down. Again, a shout out to public servant. She's got a week left, and she's trying to close down her work schedules and stuff before she changes her job. And that's all I could do. I contacted the poor. This is right in my area, right? No disrespect to religion or the people, right? But this is 2 weeks ago, right? I had help on the 21st at night. Where are we now? 2018. To the last offer on the phone. Male I've known since 1980s. He referred me to his friend. It's a Jesus fellowship. And because of my mum's death, he was helping me by texts and scriptures, religious scriptures, to try to help my mind overcome grief and a pet. And it's hard still. And on the 21st, as I said, that date, Friday afternoon, I have to have a bloody good day to be able to get out my door to those meetings with the past months and weeks. It's with the social worker or the care act advocate to go through this very complex and very, very detailed. And the triggers you go through with that on top, it's just like a PIP assessment. It's just the same. And I've got no issue with it. It just needs to be done right. I can't do it in the way they need to do it in their system, computer systems these days. My whole functions don't work the way the computer system wants. Everyone's different. And I just try to move on, you know? So what happens, you see, if you perceive not to be in, or there's no answer, they will stop your DNA. It's a transition from DNA to the PIP, person independence payment. When you're so ill, you can't self-care, can't work, you're reliant on the system, and I don't like being reliant on anybody, ever. And I didn't expect to get run over. I didn't expect to have all this ill health. I didn't expect to have a home that's disrepaired. I didn't expect to have a mum die on me. I didn't expect to have all this psychological mental health disabilities on top. And all I've been trying to do is work with people to move on forward, you know, to some different kind of life, whatever it might be. You know, I know things are going to be difficult and change and everything, but that's what I've been trying to do. Still not good enough, is it? But I can only do what I can only do. So, as I said, as soon as I knew I wouldn't have a social worker, they didn't know when I could be allocated one, so I had to inform. That's what they say you need to do. To Department of Works and Pensions, to the right department that's dealing with your PIP. And this will affect your ESA if you're on ESA support group, which I'm in. And my GP, and they did the best. They sent the medical evidence off. I need a home visit and everything. It's all on all their computer systems. There's evidence there. And the worst thing for me to cope with is sending a private medical report of the horrific crimes and the horrific trauma or disrespect to me all my life, you know, since it happened, and terrible life. And all these years trying to, everything I tried to be offered, they all kept saying, oh, you're permanently affected by it all. And I have trauma based deep in my mindset. I cannot ever be able to talk about how serious that horrific crime in my life has affected me. And it's so deep rooted in the subconscious somewhere that it's created the added trauma effects of my daily life, and it restricts what I can do and not do in interaction with people, especially strangers, let alone in my home, you know. And I've been trying to work on me naturally with meditation and stuff to try and cope as well. And I've been reasonably okay until my housing disrepair started and my house deteriorated last September. And that's what unfortunately happened, where I lost the use a lot of my right side now, and my transfers are less unsafe, you know. And that's what they offer the occupational therapy assessment is about. And then obviously on top of my housing situation, and having to move out because, well, move as well, everything's happening. It's trying to break it down one thing at a time. But when it happens all at once, you get bombarded with everything. It's difficult to deal with. So this is a problem, like I said to you, all these months and weeks. I haven't got the extra time of personal life friends. They work in occupational therapy in private hospitals. And the way they got treated last year by certain things that we'll go into, and the way I did, they were too reluctant, extremely reluctant to get involved in sitting in the medicals or meetings or talk to people for me. And my family members now have decided, whatever the reason, not to communicate, and I'm the only one in my situation like it. And it makes it more difficult, because in the eyes of these men and women in the job role, they feel that's unusual. Of course it is, I know that. But that's the reality of my situation. We're all different. So, I get criticised. Things are just my perception. But when I produce evidence, I produce recent evidence again to state this is the date, this is the phone number of my GP, this is the details who I would believe may be the care manager of this department of the council, adult care. I don't know what's going on yet. All I know is that I'm informing you, and I'm desperately, well, not desperately, well, trying to see if I can meet your criteria for a paper-based medical. And if you need to contact my GP, we've added medical evidence I already sent on to both departments so they get it all. They did get it all, and they still sent something around today. They still did it. How cruel is that at 9:30 a.m.? It all states on the documents, right? I've had nothing. First, they wanted to send me to Coventry, North Hatch, UK. That's. I don't travel. I don't have a passport. I don't have a driving license. I will get independent. Bloody hell, unless I'm bedbound. Excuse me. Shock. Shock is unreal. I have my mum's old CD and piano music on a CD, what they call it, a tape cassette player. I'm going to put that on later. Get my head thinking right. And I think there's a Scope charity or something on the email again. Absolutely, these everything computerized. All your data is already shared. They have all this information. Gosh, is this meant to be how disabled people are going to be treated? How many thousands of people in my situation there are? It's difficult for a lot of these people. There's so many cutbacks everywhere. When you run down already, you're injured and you're not well. You have this on top, you know? What they're trying to do to people, just make them psychologically disturbed and upset and overwhelmed with stress and all this stuff. It's all been black and white evidence sent off, and they still send somebody out. Well, I can't do anything about it. There was a pip diary thing. My friends tried to type up, you know, what they have to care, what they have to do. It's just not ideal. And I agree with the social worker. That's why I've been trying to have this assessment, or their side of things. And as soon as the OTs will see how I'm living, like they have to, their job rights, how they work, to do emergency placement somewhere. I know that. It's stupid, but luggage is still packed, ready to move out this place. I've got no attachments, but today, how can they get away with this? Why don't? So all this, I don't know what it is a website thing. I can't even think straight right now. It's something to do with they're doing this to loads of people, not just me. It's like when it is, you hear about it all over the mainstream media, don't you? Well, indeed, Department works for pensions, mess about not just Capita, is it now? Not just the person dependents. It's universal credit, it's everything now, isn't it? But I can only deal with one thing at a time. I've only gone on live because of the evidence, the fact to record this live. I know joke this is. Gosh. I'll get there eventually again. Get re-traumatised, you see. extremely traumatised again, and I have the difficulty, you see, explaining to anyone. I mean, I won't be able to ever talk, apart from the previous psychiatrist who did this medical report years ago, how this individual was trying to kill me. And the guy went on to kill women. And I won't explain how he did it, because it's horrendous. And I'm a survivor. And I've just been trying to survive ever since. And then I'll get run over. And then I'll get housing disrepair. This really is bad luck, I know. But you just try to live with it, it's what's people off. But you have an able-bodied individual with high heels on. It can't be a bloke with high heels on, obviously, it's got to be a woman. And that's all I could hear. It's so loud on the path right outside my window. I don't know what they look like. I don't know if, I just hear the vehicle pull up because a cherry picker thing they're doing outside my window for the repairs around here is big and it's noisy, and it weren't outside my window this morning like it usually is. So I'm going to get off now. I'm expecting my friend to come, two of them. One that knows. She's got mental health training. Thank God. And get me herbal tea. Oh, Jesus. I just can't. You go out your way to make sure you send the right information off. The right up to date, like this social worker's now leaving. I'm on the waiting list. I don't know who it is now. All I know is this is a line manager, which I haven't had any correspondence by, and emails, nothing. And I've tried everything I could peacefully do. That's all I can do. And when I called up, what was it? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, that's it. I called up mine yesterday, the advice number, because I was worried. What if these people don't get the information, which they have, by the way? We called a post special delivery, and the guy on the phone, he says, and I was struggling to talk. I don't want the bloody phone. And my friend was trying to get me trying to do a stew, mix it all up like, and held the phone for me, and I'd say, well, this is a situation, what I'm trying to do, and he said, that's all you can do is chase up what's going on with a social worker, any offer replacement, and then reference it with the DWP PIP issue. So I done it. He said, yeah, you done the right thing. That's all you can do. So even me, people like me that know certain things over the years, gets treated like this. It's I'm really going to stop video now. All I can say is that must be my spiritual energy of my mum or something around me. Because that social worker didn't have to make that call to me. And she did make it clear that it's a quick call. I know you see how it works, say if you're high care needs and say you do meet criteria, you will have your financial assessment and you will have to pay if you do get or offered any this new independence PIP, whatever they're thinking doing, if ever you get awarded anything like that, you will have to pay a lot of that out towards your care and support needs, and I know that, I've got no issue. Right, if you meet the criteria. And I'm in that in first stage at the moment. I've not even gone past to a longer term team or anything yet. So all these statutory stuff my mates read for me and watch videos, it is clear and it is complex, and that's what causes a problem. The simple cases they deal with first. The more complicated cases they have to, it seems, it comes across so bad now that they're leaving at the moment. I've never, ever been dishonoured like this before. This so bad by the state system or the DWP, the way. The old system, the GLA, was better. You knew where you were. You sent your medical evidence off. They did the paper assessment if there's any problem. You know, when I wasn't as ill like this, I wasn't as physically ill, I was able to do that. It was Atos years ago. I was able to then, and the buy services then weren't. They did exist then. Not like it is now. Things have got really bad in the United Kingdom for everything. For many thousands of people, not just me, by the way. It's not just me. You got public servants struggling like hell. They're looking for different jobs because they know the market is their jobs are not secure. Privatisation of everything now is making people really struggling, not just disabled people. Jesus. I wouldn't think they could bloody well just try and send somebody around. I mean, give me a good body any day, I tell you that now. Give me a good life. I can't change what's happened, you see? And that's what I've been trying to move forward. That's what my channel is about. You're trying to move forward. You try it again, you know? My mum always taught me that. It's just a legacy she's left, you know? So distressed today. Traumatised. I'll get over it eventually. I won't forget it, but I'll get over it eventually. Just set me back again. I'll just take natural herbs and herbal drink. I mean, at least I've got a great big whiteboard in my bedroom wall that tells me when I get unfortunate things like this happen. Majorly as well. There's 3 categories of what to do. Reminds my mindset, you know. Once the mind is calmed down a bit, the emotions, you know, then you can focus safely. Then that's the worst thing to do is to be moved or try to be hoisted up or cared for when you're psychologically upset. It really is not worth it. Just stay in bed to be safe and to rest and sleep. And just the family, I've got somebody I know down South UK, she's got road disabilities and she's got a family to help her, and she was explaining how really bad it is for her. Bless her. These people, I don't know if everyone works in this business, it's robots, but this individual, she's got to be just on a commission base, in it, and robots. So obviously the communications are broken down, so somebody hasn't given the right information to the individual. So you do your best, and this is what happens. So I've got to go, I've got to rest. Goodbye.